here on the front end, and we still got some work to do on that, but I can tell you where I left off at, or what I've been doing off camera. I went and got a piece of aluminum, you know, just like how I made these rear spacers. Oh look, I got a pointer. See, I made the rear spacers out of a solid aluminum rod. Airplane again, golly. Anyway, so I went and got some 1/2 inch, because I wanted to make some spacers to go up here, in between here, which we've already made 2 of them. I milled them out. That's the threads, and inside of here is a this thing. What was that? 8mm or something? I don't remember. Yeah, 8mm, 6mm. It's a small little jewel. So I milled the inside of these out, just like so. So we're gonna get some spacers to go right up inside there. I got 2 of them made there, but in the meantime, we got package in from Go Power Sports. Yes, so I got my rear hub adapter here, and I'm gonna tell y'all folks, when y'all get one of these rear hub adapters, if you can see the center holes here, there we go. See how there's different holes? You're looking for 3 oblong holes, because these rear wheels, the 10 inch, are gonna take these bigger ones. So when you order one of these, like I did, which I thought I had one, I ordered the wrong one. I ordered the one that has all the little 6 inch holes for like the Mega Moto ones. You need this one, which I'll leave you a description below. But there's your part number, the one you need right there. That's the one you're gonna need, with the 3 big holes to go into the 3 big holes that are already drilled and threaded in your hub back there, right? All right. We also got some long axle bolts. You're probably saying, why? You already got axle bolts in it. Well, these are not the axle bolts we're gonna use. Y'all probably seen me do something before. I did a video one time explaining why I take Go Power Sports parts and take the death wheel to some of them. Well, that's the same thing I'm gonna do here. We're gonna take these, we're not gonna use the nut, we're gonna use the threaded part since they're a millimeter metric bolt. These are where are we at? These are 90, 10, 22 9-00-1, and these are a 312 millimeter long, and they're a 12 millimeter bolt. But the reason I want long ones is because what we're going to do is we're going to cut the head off. What is this, the head or nut? Yeah, this is the nut end. Well, whatever end. We're going to cut these off. We're going to use the threaded end on one end, obviously that's already on there. The other end of the bolt, we're going to whack that off. I'm going to cut threads in it so we can put some fancy blingy lug nuts on it, just to be different. So that's why we got them long bolts. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to try and get these spacers up here, get that eyeballed. We need to get that done so I can finish fabricating the bottom part of this fender, get that mounted up, try and figure out how I'm going to get holes drilled in here where it's nice and straight and this fender ain't cattywampus. That's going to be fun. And we need to put that hub adapter on. Find me some sprockets to go on the back. I haven't decided what gearing I'm going to go with. We're just looking for a street cruising bike. So we're going to put some sprockets on the adapter, get it mounted. I got a dummy motor because the other motor's out drying right now. So while it's drying, I got a dummy motor we're going to throw in it so I can get chain alignment up here. And while I got it up here, I'm going to get the exhaust put on and make sure we got plenty of room back here where I want my exhaust. And I'm going to put an RVL little muffler on it, cut the trumpet tube off. But we need to see how far it's going to come out the back, how far it's going to stick out, and all that good stuff. So we got a lot to do in a short amount of time. So let's work on this fender part first, see if we can't get this thing knocked out, because I need to get this thing tore apart, welded up completely, cleaned up and slicked up so I can get it out to powder. So back to the fender. Okay, finally, after beating my head on the wall trying to figure out how I was going to get this fender mounted in here where it is true, in other words, right in the center, level, not cattywampus, you know, blah blah blah, not, you know, fender being cockeyed. We finally got it in there. Got my spacers made front and back. I still got to come and trim this fender up a little bit underneath here. I had to cut it off, but man, we are real close. I don't think we're going to be doing 100 miles an hour, so there should be no what do you call that, where the tire expands. So we should be good. It is very, very close in there. And there is, okay, zoom. And there's a whole procedure on how to put this thing together. So, golly. Basically, fender's got to be mounted and bolted down and tight before you ever get the tire on. Obviously, because you're not getting the bolts in. Because the bolts that come in come through the inside of the fender, through the spacer, and then thread into this piece, which I had to go through and clean all the threads out. They were full of paint or powder coat, whatever they put on this, whatever the black is, I guess paint. They were full, so we had to get all that tapped out, find the right length bolt, which I think I might put some button head bolts in there. You know, the Allen head to give me a little bit more room, but give me enough room for my lock washer, flat washer to make sure it's all secure. Shouldn't bounce around. We are real close back here. I can almost get my finger in there, so nice look. I like how it turned out. Kind of tucked on there. Still got them spots to go back and finish up before we get it off to the body or for paint. Still got a little body to do there, but I think it turned out pretty dang snazzy for as much time as it spent. I guarantee you I got a whole day just trying to get that mocked out, straight, square, centered, all that good stuff. But yeah, I think that looks really good. All right, so we got that done. I still got to get axles made for it, but we're going to jump back here to the back of the bike. I got a dummy motor to stick on it. We're going to get that put on it, get that split sprocket adapter put on. I found just a few gears, random laying around. Haven't figured out what I'm going to go with yet. But when you get back here, get this mocked up fars, make sure my fender's going to clear so I can get the holes for that. And I got the dummy motor in it. I can do the exhaust part. So let's get back here to the back of the bike, see what we can get going on. Okay, so now we got this motor. You'll probably seen that on that other super clean video. We got that motor off Miss V's bike. Anyway, so we're going to use that for a mock-up motor since we already got the same clutch. Go Power Sports Max Torque clutch. We already got that on there. 12 tooth. So I got my chain lined out here. Well, I did. It just fell. Had it all propped up there for picture taking. But anyway, we got this all lined up. I got to make sure my motor was slid all the way to the back of the notches. You know, got it slid all the way to the back. Got it squared up. Got the hub adapter and some sprockets on there. And which we need to strip those because that red's just, I don't know. Maybe we'll leave it red. I don't know. Got that far. But what we're going to do now is get this chain cut. So I need to go find my chain breaker, get that done, and then we're going to jump up here and see how the exhaust is going to look. So let's get to cutting this chain. All right, we got the chain on it, kind of got it mocked up. I still have my tensioner in here, but I think we're good on that part. So we're going to jump up here and get some exhausting stuff done. So we're going to use the center exit. Got a little trumpet pipe on it. Already has the gasket, your hardware. So we need to remove this. Put this to the side because we're going to need that for later. We're going to just eyeball this up in here, see how she looks. Oh, I got to go grab the stinking fender. Oh, it's going to clear anyway, but just for giggles, I want in there to see how it looks. So let's grab that. Roll her into place. Of course, my bar is gone that I had in there. Where did that go? We got that right here. All right, let's put this bar back in here that we had. That kind of gives my reference point of to where I had the bottom of the fender. Yep, that looks pretty good. Of course, I had magnets on it. Yeah, we got plenty of clearance back there. So that's good. All right, so what I want to figure out, I don't need that thing sticking out 10 miles because we're going to use the small RVL muffler, EXF. It's a 4115. Got your clamp in it. I don't know what that clamp's for. You got a hose clamp in it, but you got the nice stainless steel clamp. It's got an RVL number on it, but we're not going to use none of this. I want a nice smooth look, so we're going to set that to the side, keep it for something. Let's get this out of the package. Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right. Got a couple little baffle plates in there. Is there two or three baffle plates, looks like? I don't know. Can't see in there. Yeah, that's going to sound terrific. Nice, sleek, cool, not real big. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put this on the back of... Yeah, fall down there. Probably ought to take a nut out of this bag. Let's go ahead and just put these nuts on here and hold it in place. I think one might be good. We just want to hold it up there where it's going to sit. Yeah, that looks good. Right down the center of the back. We got plenty of room. Shock ain't going to hit. So let's get the old Sharpie marker. Come over here and eyeball where we want to put this. See how I'm going to weld it up. I don't want to use that clamp. I want to weld it on there. Alright, so basically what we want to do, I want it basically, how about end of my seat's going to come down right about yonder. So out the back, we're going to try not to put a brace on it. This thing's not very heavy at all, so we should be dandy. So I'm thinking if we cut it right about, we're going to make it stick out past the back of the seat just about a hair or two. Yeah. What do y'all think? That look good? Measure twice, cut once. Yeah, I think that'll look good. So let's just mark this. Get my head right in the way of the camera. Y'all hold on. Let's just put a mark right about there. See if I can stand back, see how that looks. Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll jive. I think that'll look pretty good right there. Let's look at it from this point of view. We'll get that slid on there, weld it on. Yeah. Then we can paint this thing up. I use some high temp silver header paint. We're going to paint this jewel up. I wonder if the powder coated this, if that would stay on with heat. I don't know, never tried it. Alright, that's good enough. I think that's going to jive right there. So what I'm going to do now, we'll take this back off. I don't know if I'm going to just slide this on. I might just weld this right along here and make it look nice and smooth and get that cut. So let's go stick that in the bandsaw. We'll get that cut, get the tip put on, weld it up, and see what else we can get done. Yeah, I think that'll work. Look at that. Whoa! Smoke it. Alright, we'll get that cleaned up. And I need to get this blasted and painted. Alright, y'all seen the paint booth before? Now the paint booth is actually now a sanding booth. Craigslist special right here. This big huge monstrosity. I rigged me up a little jury rig fan thing here to exhaust the dust out, and the light that was in it was out, so you know, Oshkosh the light thing up. So yeah, we got light in here. Not that you can see in there, kind of sort of. He gave me extra lenses or little plastic screen things with it, but I'm blind, can't see anyway. Oh, there's a coffee cup in there. So we're going to open her up. Unlatch, goofball. Then we'll grab the old header pipe. Yeah, that's cooled down. Better grab it. We're going to take it and chunk it right there. I don't know why this is in there. I guess I got a free coffee cup. Look at that. Huh, whatever. I don't know. Okay, we'll see when you're blasted. Lock it up. Okay, obviously I can't film and stick both my hands in here and blast at the same time. So, I'll show you what it looks like when we get done. Alright, got it all blasted. Turned out really good. Got me some rubber gloves on because I don't want to get my oily fingerprints and stuff all over it. But I did blow it off real good. Blew out the inside, of course. Now we're going to hit it with some VHT, flame proof. We got, what is this, 1300 to 2000 degrees, and it's a flat aluminum. So we're going to shake this up, turn on the exhaust fans. Let's get this thing painted. Okay, since header's in there and the paint booth dried, I went ahead and took this out. It's good and dry. It's been sitting there a day or two. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get this thing assembled as much as I can. Can't put the fan shroud and some of the tin stuff on it because I got to get it powder coated. But I at least get the valve cover on. We're going to go with the Go Power Sport since this is a cool build. We're going to use one of their clear valve covers. We got the stage 1, so I can go ahead and get the carburetor back on it. The adapter's in here. We'll put the air cleaner on it last, obviously. But I'm going to try and get as much done bolted on this thing as I possibly can, which is not a whole lot. And go ahead and get oil in it, plug back in it. But I got to pull all of the tape and everything off where I taped everything up. So I'm going to get started on that. We'll take a look and see what it looks like here in just a second. All right, that didn't take too long. We got the carburetor put on there, the heavy breather adapter with all the good stuff. Went with the clear valve cover, and I found some, if I was saying a zoom, found some fancy stainless hardware. I am going to put a breather on it. You know, they send you a breather, a little piece of hose and that breather, but that orange and that breather just, I don't think it's going to look very cool. I mean, I could use the same breather. That wouldn't look bad if I just put a different colored hose on here, maybe. I don't know. I think we're going to put a snazzier breather on it, and we'll put this in a repurpose pile because we'll use that for something. I can tell you what you can use this for if you don't use it on your build. If you got a weed eater, chainsaw, whatever, this is a fuel filter for that. I guess some of y'all guys didn't know that, right? Yeah, this is actually a fuel filter. So you can take and use that if you need to replace the fuel filter on your chainsaw, weed eater, you know, something like that. One of those in-tank filters. There you go. Inquiring minds want to know. Anyway, all right, so that's about all I can do to it. Right now, like I said, the rest of the tins, I got a top plate that's going on it. All that's got to get powder coated. So, and we ain't using exhaust air cleaner. We're going to put that on something else because we don't throw anything away around this place. So, that's about all we can do on that. Let me go see what else we can get done on this bike before we get it off the powder coat. All right, moving right along. I guess since I got the engine stuff done, we're going to come over here and get the axles done. Like I said, I got long axle bolts here. Because what we're going to do is we're going to repurpose the threaded end. And I'm going to figure out how long I need it. Then I'm going to whack the head off and cut threads on it. That way you don't have, I'm not looking at this right here, you know, and the nut. We're going to be looking at this. So what I did, these are car lug nuts. And that edge is kind of beveled, it goes into your wheel. So what I did is I stuck them in the lathe, cut that beveled edge part off so it's nice, flat, and true. Which, yeah, I still got 3 more to do. So what I'm going to do now, I need to get one done because that's going to mess up your measurements once I've milled the end of this beveled part off. So I need to go get this one chucked up, get that cut down where I want it so I can get my measurements. And we're going to start with this front wheel since I got spacers and all that. We need to get these axles cut, threaded, and installed. So let me get to that. All right. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Way snazzy cool stuff. Attention to detail, baby, that's it. All right, so I got the back one done and actually went ahead and when I still have the wheel up here, I got my bolts cut for the brake caliper. I just put some dummy bolts in it. So I got those cut. We got some fancy, I put some Allen heads in it so I can get in there with an Allen bolt, and I used some stainless hardware on that. So now we got the back one done. Let's go to the front and make a front axle. All right, well, everything got mocked up. Got the axles made, make sure all that was good. Still got to polish spacers, but we'll do that later. My goal is I'm on a very tight deadline, which, you know, we'll get to that at some point. I need to come up here, get the neck bushings back out of it. Now I got to totally weld everything up. Got to come up to this neck, get all that welded up. The foot pegs I put in. All the stuff for the shocks, the rear end, so we get all that welded up. I think I'm gonna come back here and eliminate these bolts and get this stuff, I'm gonna weld that part into place. I don't think I ever have to take this off for any reason, so I think if I weld it up, kind of smooth it, make it look pretty, then we gotta go over the whole frame on my welds, and I like to go over everything and get all the welds nice, pretty, smooth, laid out, so the powder coat lays really good. Which when they welded it up, did an extremely good job. I ain't got much to do. More on my welder than anything. So we're gonna fire up the old welder, see if we can get this knocked out tonight, so I can get it dropped off first thing in the morning. All right, welding time.